morning, everyone, and welcome to TWF Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, with Jim Ross and with Booker T. And today on Collision or Hit, we have Father Yule, Santa Claus, here today on Collision or Hit. Even though we're going to see what's going to happen. Well, it's always good to see Santa Claus or Father Yule around, Jim Ross says. And a lot of folks are going to get ready for Thanksgiving this year, and a lot of folks will say it's way too early for Father Yule, but I guess it never is too early for Father Yule, though, Jim Ross says. I'll tell you one thing Booker T says, it's never too early for Father Yule, because if you go into any shop now, you're going to see a lot of Yule things out. You're going to see a lot of Santa Claus dolls starting to be sold around this time. So, no, I guess it's never too late for Father Yule, but I don't, like the man all that much. So why is that, Tony Schiavone says? Why you don't like Father Yule all that much? You got Blackstone or something? No, let's just say Booker T says he happened to be a klutz one year, like the one where you and Gene Okerlund met one year at the end of 9 between 93 while though, and he broke the toys. Oh, Jim Ross said, if that was the Santa Claus you saw in WCW in 9 between 93 while, well, that was the Shockmaster, the Fiend Overling, Jim Ross says. Yeah, Tony Schiavone said, in this Father Yule that everybody saw in 9 between 93 while and WWF was giving doink dink. Ho ho ho, happy Yule, and also happy of gathering of lights and happy gathering of followership as well. Those being the 3 big holy days coming up. And a lot of folks ask me, they go, is everyone on the good list? Well, some folks are on the good list and some folks are on the bad list, but I'm not putting anyone on the good list or on the bad list. That's all God and Jesus doing. But the first thing that I want to say right now is that everyone wants to know, wants to know. I'm going to tell everybody right now what the true meaning of Yule is. Now, the truth is, I don't do Yule for myself. Yule has never been about me and it never will be about me. You see, Yule is all about onlooking the birth of Jesus, Son of God. God so loved mankind and womankind so much, he gave us a wonderful gift, and that wonderful gift was his Son Jesus, the man who lived a flawless, sinless life, a man who healed the sick, the wounded, the handicapped, the man that talked of love and kindness and forgiveness, and the man who even yielded his life up so sin could be atoned for, so we could get our stead in heaven through God and through Jesus. And you say, well, Santa Claus, if Yule is about the birth of Jesus, then what do you have anything to do with it? The only grounds that I play in it is that I give out gifts the same way that God gave Jesus to us as a gift. The same way those wise men gave gifts to Jesus when they thirsted. The same way those wise men and shepherds and other folks gave gifts to Jesus when they first saw him. I show the same love, I show the same kindness, and I show the same forgiveness that Jesus showed others when he was alive. So I'm keeping the happiness and glee of Yule, Jesus' birthday, alive by doing all of those things. And that's why I do what I do. And that's what I do, Yule has nothing to do with me, and it never will. Now, speaking of things, we have we got the Survivor Series or the Living Saga coming up. And by the way, I got these teams going on. Now, one year, for, for, for shits and giggles, it was Team Santa fighting Team Jesus. And another year, it was Team Santa fight Team Grinch. Now, I don't know, what's all going to be about this year or not. But I know that I don't know, if this year is going to be anything about me or not. I don't know if it's going to be about me or not, my friends. Hell, the truth is, I don't even know if it's going to be my team fighting anyone's team this year. Well, and here comes Cody Rhodes now, Tony Schiavone says. Well, I could tell you right now, Santa Claus, or Father you, I'm going to get this up here. I could tell you, that I know that I'm going to be on some team. And I do know what's going on this year in the living. Come on, I know. Shit. Oh man, I do know what's going on this year at the Living Sagas this year. And forgive me for wearing this strap. Goes around my shoulder and it just falls right off. I guess I gotta put it around my waist instead. And I know that this year, that it's going to be. I know what's going on this year, Santa Claus, or Father you. It won't even fit around my waist. Come on. Get in there. I know this year it's mostly going to be either a team. If you're looking to have a team, then you can see me as your team leadman. All right, Cody Rhodes, that is good. And whose team are we going to go to war against? Well, I hear that Astronema and Divatox are starting their war up again, and they're going to have teams, And I know I've been picked to be on Astronema's team. Well, as Astronema, the forest setter and head leadership wicker of the TWF, has she made that known yet? No, she hasn't made it known yet, Cody Rhodes says. But I know I'm going to be on her team if she asks me to be on her team. And who will these other folks on the team be? I don't know. But all I want to say is I hope that you have a happy Yule and that my gift you get for me is that you bring me the meanest and the toughest folks that I can war against so I can show to myself that I'm one of the greatest TWF heavyweight fighters. Alright, Cody Rhodes, I can do that for you, Cody. Don't worry. I don't know if I can answer that wish, because that was Bret Hart's wish in between 92 YL. And I kind of did. That kind of was Bret Hart's wish in between 93 YL. Right after he had his first match with Shawn Michaels in between 92 YL, and then he beat him. And we'll see what we can do. All right, Santa Claus, thank you. Well, you're welcome, Cody Rhodes. Ho ho ho. Well, now we know what Cody Rhodes wants. He wants to have the meanest, the toughest wrestlers, fighters in the toy wrestling gathering. so he can show to himself, you know, and to all the naysayers out there that he is good. Is that right, Cody? Were you going to say that you wanted to fight me? Why not, Aleister Black? I got nothing else to do, right? You want to have a match with me? You want me to put my TWF heavyweight winnings on stake here today on Collision or Hit? Yeah, I do. And I can see you didn't learn nothing from your war with Wonder Woman. You know, because now you started a war with me. So once we get the Fight Keeper out there, you know, ha ha, looks like we can't even get that out. Fuck! Oh, here we go. This match is, okay, how do we say it like again? This match is for the TWF heavyweight winnings. First, he is Aleister Black, and he is the TWF heavyweight fighter, Cody Rhodes. Well, some folks scathe Cody Rhodes for this whole being a fighting TWF, heavyweight fighter thing. But it's not like, might scathe him for it. Tony Schiavone says that some folks may scathe him for being a fighting TWF heavyweight fighter. Well, Jim Ross said a lot of folks do scathe, and what Cody Rhodes needs to watch out about is Aleister Black is really good at doing those kind of kicks, those kind of strikes. We've seen him do it in WWE, we've seen him do it in AEW. Well, Booker T said Cody Rhodes is in a bind right now of his own making. He could have walked away. He could have said no to Aleister Black, but no, he chose not to, and now he's warring with Aleister Black. And I think he wasn't so wise, to say that he wanted the meanest, the toughest wrestlers or fighters, because now he's got one. And Aleister Black got out of the way. And Cody Rhodes came back. Another body slam, and the two-time WWE heavyweight fighter, former OVW heavyweight fighter, NWA heavyweight fighter, ROH heavyweight fighter, got Aleister Black in a body slam. And down goes Aleister Black. Cody Rhodes. Knocking down Aleister Black. Aleister Black striking. Cody Rhodes striking Aleister Black, and down he goes, Tony Schiavone says. You gotta say a lot of good things about the Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Well, Jim Ross said at least, Cody Rhodes has come from a long line of good wrestlers. We know his father, the Vinlander Dream, Cody Rhodes. We know his half-older brother, Dustin Runnels, known as Goldust, was really good at what he did as well. Booker T says, yeah, so he's really good at what he does. When Aleister Black gets done with him, he's going to have his lair's going to be all bloody again, just like the one he got from the Vinlander Frith medal. And Aleister Black just took down Cody Rhodes. And everybody wants to make fun of Aleister Black for getting that red smuck on his forehead when he got hit in the head with a toy boat by Wonder Woman a month ago. And Aleister Black knocked down Cody Rhodes. Will he get the win? 1, 2, and only a kick out. So no, there was only enough. And Aleister Black is like, what do you mean that was only a 2? He shouldn't be having a rile with the Fight Keeper at all, Tony Schiavone said. And now Cody Rhodes, catastrophe kick. The Cody Cutter. Brown Street, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, well, that was his mistake, Jim Ross says, for having a fight with the Fight Keeper instead of worrying about wrestling Cody Rhodes. That's unfair. That is unfair. Booker T says that he did that That's the only way Cody Rhodes going to win. He took the unfair upper hand on Aleister Black, Booker T said. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the TWF heavyweight fighter, Cody Rhodes. My mistake. Cody Rhodes is still the TWF heavyweight fighter by beating Aleister Black here today on Collision or Hit. Tony Schiavone says. And Cody Rhodes did very well in the ring with Aleister Black, though. Yes, he did, Jim Ross says. Cody Rhodes, look, there were many times in this match where Cody Rhodes could have lost the match, but it looks like he didn't lose it. But he came very near. I'm telling you, Cody Rhodes took the upper hand on Aleister Black when he was having a row, with the fight keeper. The match keeper, about how his match went. And that's the only way Cody Rhodes won. Well, NBL true and all. But now we're going to take it over. NBL true. And that's on him then, Tony Schiavone says. And up. And up. We're going to take it away now to Sarah Shiver. Thank you, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. I'm going to be talking with Cody Rhodes here today on Collision or Hit. All right, Cody Rhodes. We see you're still a TWF heavyweight fighter, and you also wanted a Yule wish from Father Yule. Well, the way it looks like this one, Sarah Shiver, is that I asked for Father Yule, if he can do this or not. They're going to be the meanest, the toughest, and the baddest wrestlers here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering. So I can show to myself and to all those naysayers, which I still seem to have a lot of them, that I am a good TWF heavyweight fighter. That I am a good WWE heavyweight fighter too. Well, I seen you out there earlier. You had your match with Aleister Black, who in his own right is a former WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. Are you worried? Are these open dares? Well, it didn't start out as an open dare, Sarah. What it started out as me being with Father Yule. Then after that, Aleister Black comes out and starts his shit. Because he didn't learn anything from warring with my good friend Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. He didn't learn nothing from that, did he? So, Aleister Black, you ever hear that saying, those who don't learn from the past are doomed to go through it again? Well, if you didn't learn from your past warring with Wonder Woman, then warring with me is just going to end up the same way. So, are you going to be on a team at the Survivor Series, the Living Saga? Yeah. I'm going to be on Team Astronema, and I do not know who's going to be on Team Divatox. And I can tell you that we don't want Divatox back in the might. We don't want Eric Bischoff back in the might. So I can back up Astronema and Stephanie McMahon, or whatever. I will do that. Alright, that's my talk with the Vinlander Nightmare, the TWF heavyweight fighter, Cody Rhodes. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Sarah Shiver, for talking with Cody Rhodes here today on Collision or Hit. And that's all the time we got here, for Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, with Jim Ross, and with Booker T. We hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Power Mike.